If you're a man over 60 and you're waking up 2, 3, sometimes 4 times a night just to use the bathroom, this isn't just a sign of getting older. It's a warning. And what's worse, you might be doing something every single day, something so ordinary you barely think about it, that's quietly stopping your prostate from getting smaller. Even if you're eating right, even if you're taking all the right supplements. I'm Dr. Edward Blake. Today, I want to talk to you about 7 daily habits that could be keeping your prostate swollen, your nights restless, and your days drained of energy. Because when you're constantly running to the bathroom, when you can't sit through a ball game or a movie without discomfort, it's not just your bladder that suffers, it's your sleep, your mood, your confidence, your entire quality of life. But here's the thing most men don't realize. Many of these habits seem harmless, maybe even healthy on the surface. That's why they're so dangerous. They hide in plain sight, quietly making your symptoms worse year after year. By the time most men figure it out, they've lost years of comfort, and sometimes the damage is harder to reverse. So in the next few minutes, I'm going to show you exactly what those habits are, why they're sabotaging your progress, and what to do instead, so you can protect your prostate, reclaim your nights, and get back to living without that constant, nagging discomfort. Let's start with the very first one, something almost every man does without thinking, especially in the evening. You've probably heard it your whole life. Drink plenty of water to stay healthy. And it's true during the day. But here's the catch: if you're filling your glass over and over after dinner, you're setting yourself up for the kind of nights that drain the life out of you. When your prostate is enlarged, it already presses on your bladder and narrows the urethra. That means even a small amount of fluid can make you feel like you have to go. So if you chug a big glass of water, tea, or even a healthy herbal drink right before bed, your bladder doesn't just fill it, races to the finish line, waking you up again and again. And it's not just the lost sleep. Poor, broken rest keeps your body from doing one of its most important jobs, repairing and calming the inflammation inside your prostate. Your hormones take a hit, your healing slows down, and the vicious cycle keeps spinning. The fix: load up on fluids earlier morning through early afternoon, and then ease up 2 to 3 hours before bedtime. You'll still be hydrated, but you'll give your bladder and prostate the overnight break they desperately need. And here's something most men don't expect when you combine the right hydration timing with small, steady movement throughout the day. You're not just protecting your sleep, you're boosting circulation where it matters most. Which brings us straight to the next habit that could be holding you back. And this one hides in the way you spend your afternoons and evenings. It doesn't matter if it's in your favorite recliner, behind the wheel, or in front of the TV. If you're planted in one spot for hours, your prostate is paying the price. Why? Because sitting too long stacks pressure right on your pelvic area. That constant weight irritates your prostate and the tissues around it, making inflammation harder to calm. And it's not just pressure, it's circulation. When blood flow slows, less oxygen-rich blood reaches your pelvic organs. That means less healing, less repair, and more swelling over the months and years. Some men even cross their legs for comfort, but that only adds more squeeze to an already tight situation. Here's the good news. You don't need a gym membership or a marathon to fix this. Just stand up every 30 to 45 minutes. Walk a little, stretch, even light chores count. Gentle movement is like opening the floodgates, sending fresh blood, nutrients, and oxygen to your prostate. Over time, this simple habit can help ease discomfort and support shrinking naturally. Now think about this. Your pelvic muscles are part of this same system, and when they're weak, even the best circulation can't fully protect you. That's why the next habit we're about to talk about is one of the easiest to overlook, but also one of the fastest ways to regain control and confidence. Most men think pelvic floor exercises are just for women. That's a costly mistake, because the muscles that make up your pelvic floor are like a hidden support system for your bladder and prostate, and when they weaken, you lose control. An enlarged prostate already puts pressure on your bladder. If your pelvic floor muscles aren't strong enough to fight back, you'll deal with more urgency, more leakage, and the frustration of never feeling fully empty. Over time, that constant strain chips away at your confidence and freedom. The fix is surprisingly simple, and it doesn't require any special equipment. Practice gently tightening the muscles you'd use to stop urinating midstream. Hold for a few seconds, then release. Do this several times a day, sitting or lying down, and within weeks you can notice stronger control, fewer accidents, and a real difference in comfort. But here's what makes this even more powerful: when your pelvic muscles are stronger, everything else you do better. Hydration, timing, better circulation works harder for you. And that strength will be tested if you're still making one of the most common nighttime mistakes, one that happens right at the dinner table and lingers long after the plates are cleared. Picture this. It's 8:30 at night, and you've just finished a big plate of fried chicken, mashed potatoes smothered in gravy, maybe even a slice of pie for dessert. It feels good in the moment, until you're lying in bed hours later, bloated, restless, and wondering why your prostate symptoms feel worse. Here's why. Heavy, greasy meals before bed are a double hit. First, they take a lot of energy to digest, pulling resources away from your body's nighttime repair work, including calming the inflammation in your prostate. Second, fatty and processed foods trigger more inflammation in the body, which can directly slow your prostate's ability to shrink. Add heartburn or acid reflux into the mix, and you're not just waking up to urinate, you're waking up uncomfortable. The fix: eat lighter in the evenings and give yourself at least 2 to 3 hours before bed. Focus on steamed vegetables, lean proteins like fish or chicken, and healthy fats from sources like olive oil or nuts. Your digestion will thank you, your sleep will improve, and your prostate gets a fighting chance to heal overnight. And here's the twist: what you eat isn't the only timing issue that matters. Even if you've nailed your dinner routine, there's a silent habit that happens later, one that feels harmless but actually strains your bladder, weakens its muscles, and creates a chain reaction your prostate can't ignore. You know that moment you feel the urge, but you tell yourself, "I'll go later." Maybe you're watching the game, stuck in traffic, or just don't want to pause what you're doing. For most men, it feels harmless. For a man with an enlarged prostate, it's a slow-moving disaster. Here's why. The longer urine stays in your bladder, the more it stretches the bladder muscles. Over time, those muscles lose strength and can't empty fully, even when you finally go. Add the narrowing caused by your prostate, and suddenly your bladder is working twice as hard for half the result. The leftover urine becomes a breeding ground for bacteria, raising your risk of urinary tract infections and even putting extra pressure on your kidneys. The fix is simple but non-negotiable. Go when you feel the urge. Take your time, lean forward slightly, and make sure you're truly empty before you leave the bathroom. It may feel inconvenient, but it's one of the fastest ways to protect bladder health and give your prostate less to fight against. And while holding urine is a daytime trap, there's another habit that quietly stirs up trouble all day long. One that comes in a cup, feels like a daily ritual, and can turn your bladder into an overactive, restless mess. For millions of men, the day doesn't start without coffee. 1 cup turns into 2, maybe 3. Add in an afternoon iced tea or a soda, and by nightfall, you've poured a steady stream of caffeine through your system. It feels normal, but for your bladder and prostate, it's constant irritation. Caffeine is a natural diuretic. It makes your body produce more urine, which means more trips to the bathroom. It also stimulates your bladder muscles, making them contract more often and with more urgency. For an enlarged prostate, that's a double punch: increased pressure and less control. Even if you think you've adjusted to it, your body is still paying the price with disrupted sleep and heightened inflammation. The fix isn't to give up caffeine entirely, just time it wisely. Enjoy your coffee in the morning, then switch to caffeine-free herbal tea or water after midday. That way, You still get your boost without keeping your bladder on high alert all night. Over time, you'll notice fewer nighttime wake-ups, less urgency, and a calmer, more cooperative bladder. And here's the thing, timing your caffeine is only part of the puzzle. Because even with perfect hydration, strong pelvic muscles, and a healthy dinner routine, there's one last daily habit that can make or break your prostate health, and it all comes down to how much you move. Here's the truth, your prostate doesn't just need medicine or the right foods, it needs movement. When you spend most of your day sedentary, blood flow slows, inflammation lingers, and your body's repair systems run at half speed. For your prostate, that means swelling sticks around far longer than it should. Gentle daily exercise changes everything. It boosts circulation, balances hormones, reduces inflammation, and helps keep your weight in check, all factors that directly support a healthier, smaller prostate. And you don't need a punishing workout to get results. A 20-30-minute walk, some light stretching, swimming, or even gentle yoga can have a surprisingly powerful impact. Stress reduction is another hidden benefit. High stress can raise certain hormones that worsen prostate symptoms, and exercise is one of the most reliable ways to bring those levels down. If you can take your walk outside in the morning, you'll also get sunlight, which supports immune health and helps regulate hormones naturally. Consistency is the magic here. A little bit every day works far better than an occasional burst of intense effort. When you combine regular movement with the other habits we've covered, better hydration timing, lighter dinners, smarter caffeine use, you give your prostate the best possible environment to heal. And now that we've uncovered all 7 habits, it's time to put them together into a simple, powerful plan that can restore your comfort, your sleep, and your quality of life. You've just heard the 7 daily habits that quietly keep your prostate swollen and your nights restless. And here's the most important thing to remember. None of this is about perfection. It's about progress. Your prostate health doesn't improve overnight, but every small and consistent change you make sends a powerful signal to your body. It's time to heal. Shifting your hydration earlier in the day, breaking up long hours of sitting with short walks, strengthening your pelvic floor, eating lighter, cleaner dinners, responding to your body's urge to urinate without delay, timing your caffeine for the morning, and moving your body every single day. These are not just good habits on paper, they are practical, real-world actions that thousands of men have used to sleep through the night again, to sit through a movie without discomfort, to feel confident in their daily lives. And the best part, none of them require expensive treatments, risky surgeries, or complicated routines. But I also know that making changes can feel overwhelming, especially if you've been dealing with prostate symptoms for years. That's why I want you to focus on just 1 or 2 habits at a time. Pick the easiest ones for you right now. Maybe it's cutting back on caffeine after lunch. Maybe it's a short walk in the morning sun. Maybe it's making your dinner a little lighter tonight. Once that feels natural, add the next habit. This step-by-step approach builds momentum, and momentum is how real change happens. You'll be surprised at how quickly your body responds when you stop doing the things that keep your prostate inflamed and start giving it the space to recover. And remember, you're not alone in this. Millions of men around the world are facing the exact same frustrations you are right now. Waking up tired, feeling tethered to the bathroom, worrying about what the future might look like if things get worse. But those men also have the same opportunity you do, the chance to turn things around by making smarter choices every single day. If you take anything from this video, let it be this: your prostate health is not set in stone. You can influence it. You can improve it, and you can regain the comfort, freedom, and confidence you deserve, no matter your age. I truly care about your health and your future. That's why I encourage you to save this video right now, so you can come back to it whenever you need a reminder of what works and what to avoid. Better yet, share it with a friend, a brother, or anyone you know who might be silently struggling with prostate problems. You never know how much difference this information could make in someone's life. And if you found value here, subscribe to this channel today, because we're always creating new, medically backed content designed to keep you informed, empowered, and in control of your health, not just your prostate, but your heart, your kidneys, your overall well-being. By subscribing, you won't miss the latest tips, breakthroughs, and practical advice that could save you months or even years of discomfort. Before you go, here's my final piece of advice. Listen to your body. If something feels off, don't ignore it. Talk to your doctor, get the right tests, and take action early. The earlier you address a problem, the easier it is to solve. So start today. Make one change, then another, and another. With time, patience, and consistency, you can give your prostate the best chance to heal, and you can get back to living the life you love, free from the constant pull of the bathroom door. I'm Dr. Edward Blake, and I'm rooting for you. Stay strong, stay proactive, and I'll see you in the next video.